Within the vast expanse of awareness, there is no diversity, just like there are no parts of the sky. No matter what point of view appears within awareness, it is seamless with awareness. It has nothing to offer in terms of being descriptive of our reality. And so if we impose a description on what appears, then it can seem to have a reality and can seem to limit and restrict us in some way. By the power of gaining confidence and awareness, descriptions no longer reflect our ultimate nature. Before we begin to gain confidence and awareness, all the descriptions seem to reflect our nature, and we're constantly circling around or skirmishing from one description to another, hoping to find a way to finally describe ourselves. And so when we engage in identifying ourselves in this way, then we forget all about our true identity. When we're born, our identity is forever free. It's not worded in any way. We're not born into a worded world where we have all kinds of words that apply to us or to anyone else or to anything that appears. And so you see, this is something that is freely adopted. We freely adopt all the descriptions and choose to take those on as our identity. Once we're introduced to awareness, just like that, we wake up. The great fire of awareness is set ablaze. And from that moment on, there's no falling back into an identity of points of view that limit us or restrict us in any way. And so you see, from that moment onward, all of these descriptions can never be convincing again. No matter what the throes of the grand display may be that present themselves, there's no way to be convinced again that any of it has a reality. So more and more, what seemed to be a great diversity of points of view is outshone in blazing awareness. This is just the way it is. It's the play of life. When we grow up taking ourselves to be our points of view, then we have all kinds of descriptions that we think limit us in some way. Descriptions such as our age or our gender or our education or our family or our work or whatever it might be. And so when we really believe in all those phenomena, when we really believe that they have an independent nature, when we really believe that they can influence our well-being in some way, then we feel very limited and restricted. Even if we believe that we've been very successful and we've accomplished great things in terms of worldly phenomena, we'll never be able to feel unlimited and unrestricted. No matter how much we achieve, there will always be a sense of deep heart loss and yearning for something greater. And so you see, no matter what the worldly phenomena display may be, vast wealth or vast success or stardom or whatever it may be, notoriety, all of these fall short of the ultimate condition. all of these descriptions whatsoever. They may be a wonderful appearance, however, if that's all we see, we'll only be seeing one aspect of the appearance. All appearances, no matter what they are pure like the sky. They have no diversity of any kind. So if we hole ourselves up in diversity and really believe that it's all very real, then we'll live really in a state of shock, where we'll constantly be seeking yet another point of view to shock us out of the point of view we're already in. Running constantly from point of view to point of view, hoping that something will change. Now, when we live in such a way, it's very diminishing to our true identity, because it isn't at all who we are. It really isn't at all who we are. But even after living decades like that, decades of seeking for one point of view or another point of view, the instant we're introduced to awareness, boom, all of that seeking falls away. And this is just the way it is. This is just the way it is. Now, the introduction to awareness has never been limited by anything. It's never been limited by anything, because it's the natural state. It's the natural state of everyone. Introduction to awareness is already the natural state of everyone, and it's occurring in every single moment, in every single point of view. The introduction to awareness and full confidence in awareness is already complete in every single point of view. And as these points of view appear and flower and then self-release, they flower and they self-release like pure sky. So even though something seems to appear and endure for a while and release, there's really never any appearance. And when we are introduced to awareness, we start to see that this is the vivid reality of our own experience. Every experience, no matter what it is vitally empty. And there's no way to arrive at that realization of emptiness by studying it or thinking about it. It can only be realized in one's own experience. It's more the realization of it in one's own experience, and then going, aha, so this is the emptiness I've heard about. It's not, let's see, where can I find emptiness? It isn't that way at all. Everything, no matter what it is primordially pure and empty. It can never be otherwise. And this emptiness is not devitalized. It doesn't imply a loss of vitality. It implies all vitality, all actualizing potency, all dynamic creativity. This is the spontaneous presence of the essence of original purity, of primordial purity, that's present in every single moment. It's impossible that it could ever be hidden or invisible. Impossible, because it is the way things are. So you see, it's just the way things are. Now, in gaining confidence in awareness experientially, it may seem for a while like we continue to be limited by our points of view, whatever they may be. Our name or our history that we believe is so true about ourselves, or our gender, or our financial situation, or our education, or whatever the appearance may be that we seem to feel limited by. But we don't even have to be concerned about any of that. We don't have to be concerned about how we're limited or what might be holding us back. All we need to do is gain confidence and awareness. In that, all is revealed. Awareness is all accomplishing. It is the wish-fulfilling jam. So anything that we may have a heart longing for, it's present in awareness first and foremost, even though we may have a tendency to rush towards a particular point of view, hoping desperately to find security there. Less and less will we want to do that or need to do that. And this will just naturally resolve in effortlessness. That means nothing needs to be done. Once the true introduction to awareness takes place, it's just a matter of hanging out and enjoying the great play, the great bright play. If we're accustomed to doing something all the time, well, that's okay. No matter what we're up to, awareness is going to become more and more vivid naturally. There is no cause and effect relationship between awareness and anything else. Awareness is the sole cause and the sole effect. The basic state that is the fundamental essence of everything is the sole cause and the sole effect. So even if it's stated that, oh yes, this effect led to the cause of awareness, well, we really can't prove that in any way. So why bother? Why bother? Just look to yourself. Look completely to yourself and your own experience. What is your experience in this moment? What is aware of this moment, pure, free, and luminous? What is aware of this moment, self-releasing, with no possibility of being contained? What is aware of someone appearing here? How can you say anywhere that you can find a concrete identity? Where is the personality? Where is the ego that anyone has been so convinced of? Where is that in this moment of awareness? If it is something real, if it is something independent, it could be concretely proved to be the case right now. But that isn't so. No matter how hard we look, no matter how vast and far we reach, we're never going to be able to find an independent identity anywhere. So as that is the case, what could there be to get rid of? Or what could there be to manipulate or coax in any way?